2 days ago, I got a comment that changed everything, and it left me leaving work early. And then yesterday I took a mental health day because really, was it the comment or was it something more? The fact is, my feelings were hurt enough to where I'm like, no, I gotta put in some sick time for this. I gotta go home and recoup. Like, I need to pour into myself. So here we are, 2 days later. And I want to say the situation is behind me, but I had to rehash the situation all over again with my supervisor this morning. And now I'm going to let you in on what happened. But first, I want to say that for a long time, for many years, I have known that this 9-to-5 world is just not for me. I am one of those people who I am a job hopper. I am. That's just me. And it's because like I just don't fit in. Like I don't fit the mold of it. But yet I continue to do it, and I continue to struggle in the roles after a period of time. Like it starts off really good and then it just falls flat. It's just not meant for me, but here I am. Posting this video on YouTube, letting you know that once again, that I'm going all in on YouTube. I'm going all in on building a business of my own because I am made for more and I know my worth. And I know that I have something to offer the world. So, here we are. This wasn't any normal Wednesday. I don't usually even come into the office on Wednesdays, but I happened to switch my in-person days and I had good intentions with it. I previously was working Mondays and Fridays. No one's really in the office on Mondays and Fridays. Who wants to come into the office on Mondays and Fridays? Anyways, so I had quiet days and then I chose to switch to Wednesday and Thursday. It's the middle of the week. A lot of people are in the office then, but I thought it was good for me because I want to talk for a living. And over this last year of working this hybrid schedule and only seeing a couple people a couple times a week, I felt like my conversation skills were lacking and I just no longer became a people person. Like I don't know how to talk. That's what I feel like. I'm struggling to talk and have conversations, and I want to be seen. I want to be heard, and me intentionally switching my in-office days to the busiest times of the week was for my good. Because not only do I want to talk to a mic, I actually want to talk to real humans in real life. So I thought this was for my good. But I had a new guest in the office. She's way more familiar in the office than I am because she worked there longer, but now she doesn't work there anymore, or in our office I should say. And I got a comment from a director. In the year that I've worked there, I haven't ever met her. And she's like, "Hi, I'm blank." And I said, "Hi, I'm Isaiah. Nice to meet you." And she goes, "You look really young." Ah, shocker. I got this comment again. "Isaiah, you look young. I don't really believe it." What? I get this comment all the time. It's usually no sweat off my back. I don't think anything of it. But I felt like the conversation was done. You said I look young. I said, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then she kind of lingered there. And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm 29. And she's like, "Oh, you look 18," and walks away. Cool. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, actually, I don't like that comment. What do you mean by that? And I'm going to reiterate time and time again that I get, you look 18, you look young, you don't look that age. I get these sorts of comments all of the time. I'm new to this. I'm true to this. But I don't usually get that comment in the workplace upon meeting someone the first time. Like usually I'm talking with someone, they finally learn my age and they're like, "Oh wow, like you're young," or whatever, or "You look young." And I don't think anything of it because okay, I've talked to you for a couple times. I got to know you, you got to know me a little bit. We're having a good conversation. But never in the workplace, upon meeting someone in the first 2 minutes, not only do they say young, I look young, but they double down and say, you look 18, and end of conversation. That's it. Nothing more to be said. Oh, so I got up real quick and I went to my supervisor and I was like, I don't like that comment. It made me feel icky. And she immediately validated me and made me feel like, yeah, that's actually not something nice to say. And I brought up the fact, and I think she might have even brought it up, like, we have to do these my learning trainings of like microaggressions in the workplace, things that you should and shouldn't say to coworkers, like what is appropriate and what isn't. And I just thought in the back of my head, like, we do these trainings once a year and you have worked in this company for years. So you've done this training at least 20 times. 20 is generous, probably more. So you know what is to be said and what is not to be said. So the reason why this comment hurt me so much is because, again, we're in the workplace and I'm like, okay, I'm saying to my coworker, I'm saying to my supervisor, and I'm sitting at my desk, and both times I'm just kind of like, I get this comment all the time. Why is it hurting me this time? Oh, it's because it's coming from a director and I'm under her. So does she think like I'm incompetent for the job, that I'm not fit for the job? Mind you, my supervisor is telling me I'm sure Mazay, she's a really nice woman. She doesn't mean anything by it. And logically, I can see that. I'm like, she probably didn't mean anything by it. But a younger version of me, a wounded version of me was upset by that. And my feelings couldn't override the logic of she didn't mean anything by it. But I made this commitment to myself that I am going to acknowledge the way I feel, and I'm going to comfort myself, and I'm not going to dim my light for other people, because I did that for many years. I dismissed my feelings and my opinions and my words because other people made me seem like I'm overreacting. It's not a big deal. It's this, it's that. So I got to the point where I didn't even acknowledge who I was and what I was feeling. Like, I never allowed myself to be okay with things that happen, because if people say like, oh, it's not a big deal, like you're overreacting, I'm like, okay, so now when things are happening, I'm like, no, it's not a big deal, I'm overreacting, sort of thing. But I decided that no, my words matter, my feelings matter, and all of that needs to be validated. And I might not get that from other people, but I can get that from myself. So that's why I didn't even let 5 minutes go by before I went and brought this to the attention of my supervisor. And she was like, okay, do you want to put in a complaint? What do you want to do? And I was like, no, like, we talked to her for a little bit. I'm like, I'm just going to let it go. And I go back to my desk. I'm sitting and I'm thinking about it again, even more. And I start crying and I bring it up again. And I just got really emotional over this comment. And even 2 days later, I can acknowledge that this isn't a big issue. Like, the comment itself isn't a big deal, but a wounded version in me sees it as a big deal, and I want to acknowledge that. And it's just, this situation is something for a younger version of Mazaya, who's like, actually, when something hurts your feelings, it's okay. And I've just been telling myself, like, well, it's because I'm sensitive. And yes, I am. And that's also a comment that I've gotten, is like, you're just so sensitive. And yes, I am sensitive, and there's nothing wrong with that. The fact of the matter is, I was hurt by a comment. I felt invalidated. I felt like I was dismissed once again. This isn't something that's new. Like, I felt this time and time and time again. And I want to stop these situations in their tracks and be able to do something about it and stick up for myself in the moment. And that situation, like leaving work and taking the day off yesterday, all it said to me is like, okay, Mazaya, you really have to go all in on YouTube. You really have to go all in on building your business. That way I can mitigate these weird conversations, these weird situations in the workplace. I have so many examples of comments and situations and people that have hurt me in the workplace, and I just had to deal with it. I just had to brush it off. But like, I don't want to do that. And that's not to say that in running my own business, especially online, I be in the YouTube comments and I see the things that people say to creators online. So I know I'm not going to escape this, but at least I have a little bit more control, because blocked, you know? It's not like I could have said to my director, she said, "Oh, you look 18." And it's not like I could have been like, "And you look 80." That wouldn't have been appropriate, and I wouldn't. It's like, okay, now I'm putting my job on the line. But actually, right now in this moment, I'm putting my job on the line. I'm deciding right here, right now, I'm done. I am going to work diligently at whatever I do, as the Bible says, with all my heart as unto the Lord. So I'm going to make the most of this job, and I'm not going to like quit and not do my job to the best of my abilities. No, I'm going to continue doing it, but I've already decided that that's my last straw. That's the last straw. I'm not taking this anymore in the workplace. I'm going all in on something of my own. I'm building something for myself, something where a younger version of me is proud of what I'm doing. And honestly, I don't really feel proud about the job that I'm doing of being a secretary for a judge. It's nothing embarrassing about it. It's a great job. I always tell people, I'm like, if you want this job after I leave, you should take it, because it genuinely is a great job, but it's not mine. Like this, speaking to the camera, letting my voice be heard, letting my life be shown matters to me. It's for this younger version of me who has been dismissed, and she deserves to be heard, and she deserves to be validated, and I want that for myself. I deserve that for myself. So I'm going to go get it. I'm going to make it happen for me so that I can feel like I stood up for myself and that I am worthy of all of the things that a younger version of me thought that I was incapable of, that I didn't deserve. But let me just tell you this, Mazaya. There is a seat at the table for you, and there is someone who needs to hear what I have to say. There's someone who wants to see what I have to show. There are people out there for me, and I'm doing myself a disservice if I'm not letting myself be known to them. So this is just a digital diary for me in the future to be like, you know what, Mazaya, you did it. Because I know that this is the end for me. This, signing into this laptop, working from home, doing this 9-to-5 thing, this is the end. And this is my future. I'm going all in, baby. See you soon.